Today the final day of our FDP, and today we'll have a combined hands-on session, and the first one will be delivered by Mr. Anil on sleep monitoring analysis. So it will be a combined hands-on session of two industry-oriented speakers. The first one will be Mr. Anil on sleep monitoring analysis. So I request Mr. Anil to take over the lead.
Thank you so much, sir. First of all, good morning to everyone and Merry Christmas to everyone. And today we are going to start about sleep monitoring analysis. Please share my screen. So what we understand by sleep monitor analysis? So basically, we monitor our sleep by heart rate. Basically, heart rate through IoT device or wearable device. We can monitor our heart rate, and through that we can read our what is the percent, how quality sleep we are going to need. So for that we need a for analysis purpose we need a first of all a data that which replicates the hourly interval on the timing of sleep or the quality of sleep, how efficiently we sleep at the time. So first demo practical is create a dynamic Excel which contains the following. So what is dynamic and static? I have to confirm once. So the dynamic is one which is changes over real time, right? So there is a fixed start time and there is a variable end time because it's a dynamic one. So the end time is might be vary. So what it contains? Record of hourly interval of sleeping which can taken randomly, and start date and time must be starting of present year. So when the year start means 1st Jan 2020 and the time is 12 at midnight, and end date should be the current date of using the software. So end date should be when we use the software or use the script to create the Excel. So end date must be current date and end time must be last hour using the software. Last hour means the recent hour we passed means we are talking about now 10 10 5. So the recent hour passed is 10, so up to 10 means from 1st Jan 12 midnight to 25th December up to 10 o'clock 10 a.m. So within this we have to create a Excel which contains hourly interval of sleeping time. So there is some regulations. The timing when it's sleeping is just a demo purpose. It's just a trial version. So regular night sleep must be 9 hours from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So we have to create a demo within 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And regularly nap time, day nap time at least 3 hours in between 12 to 6 p.m. 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. So during daytime, it will take at least 3 hours in between 12 to 6, and in night time, it is from 10 p.m. to next day 6 a.m. So we are going to create the Excel. So how we create the Excel? Let's start. Let me show. So here we have an Excel creator. In this section, as you can see, there is no Excel is there, right? There is no Excel or no CSV, only Python files is there, as you can see. So is a Excel creator we have created. Now we are going to run this Excel creator, and there must be a Excel should create that which contain dynamic way, means which contain hourly interval of sleeping time from 1st Jan midnight to current last hour we passed. So let's run the program and see the output. Later on we discuss how we are going creating the Excel. Is the Excel creator. Now you can see Excel file created successfully. So let's check our file. What is Excel file? You can see a Excel file already created within the module. So if you open the file, you can see the start date and start time. We wrap up. So The start date is, you can see, the midnight of the first of current month, and is the between in the time is in between 10 p.m. to next day 6 a.m. So there must be sleep percent, right? So this sleep percent we create randomly. Within how we create randomly, we will discuss this. And end time must be our last hour we pass. Means it should be the 25th December of last hour means 10 a.m. So let's check our last record. You can see our last record is 25th December. Last is 10 a.m. So how we create this dynamically means whenever you create this Excel, it will contain only last hour we passed. Means if the time will 12:45, with the Excel created up to 12 o'clock. So within 12 there is no, within 10 there is no sleeping time, because at 6 at 9 to 6 the sleeping hour is at 9 to 6. So sleeping hour ends here, and 7 it's 0, and after 12 to 6 it will start for 3 hours. As you can see, this is 3 means it is day napping time, which created by which created we created a demo, we created a random percentage. So within 12 to within 6, he takes 3 hours napping. So in our requirement, everything is finalized. So start date, we finalize our start date with first Jan, and start time will be the 12 midnight. End date should be the current date. As we can see, the end date is the 25th, means it's the today's date. And end time, the last hour we passed, right? End time must be the last hour you using the software. So last time our time is 10 o'clock. So just recently we passed 10 o'clock. That's why the create is created up to 10 o'clock. Regular night sleep must be 9 hours from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So let's check it is satisfied or not. Is You can see it's the last day at 10 p.m. and it's today's day at 6 p.m. Within 10 to 6 there is 9 hours, and there is some percentage we have created, right, randomly. So this also is satisfied, and day regular napping must be 3 hours in between 12 to 6. So previous day we can see this is the day napping, we take it as 3 hours, right? And this is the percentage of sleeping. So as you can see, the data is about 8,600 rows. So now we how we created this dynamic Excel. So let's jump to the program and let's see how we created. So basically we imported few libraries. So Excel Writer is a Python inbuilt library. We have to import this to and install this with our environment. So what it does, it helps us to create the Excel, to write anything in the Excel, and represent the Excel in the preview mode. So we from date time import date and time. It's another library for handling date and time management. We import two things from here: date time and time delta. What is the function of date time and time delta? We are discussed later on. So import random. Random we import this to create a random percentage in between in the sleep time we have generated. So how Excel created? So I created an object which Excel object, and the Excel file name must be sleep monster XLX. As you can see, the Excel file name is same as we discussed in the Excel creator. So what we have created this, it will create the same thing here. Second one is add worksheet as my sheet. As you can see, the worksheet is created as my sheet. If you want another, you can add here my sheet 1 or my sheet 2, whatever you want. So how Excel write is text based. So we take the row and column. First one is row, second one is column, third one is value. So it is how Excel write, and MV write Excel through programming. So we are saying here, take the first row. The first row always starts from 0, and first column also start from 0. So we consider here the first row from each, and first column is date, second column is time, third column is sleep percent. We have hard coded these three things. So as you can see, these these three things are created through these three only. So you can understand now what is parameters are we are passing, and what's the result we are getting, right? The first one is row, second one is column, and third one is the value, right? You can see is the value, and is the first means zeroth row and zeroth column is the zeroth row and first column is the zeroth row and second column, as you can see here. So what we created a start date. So how we created a start date from first Jan, first Jan to till sorry first how we created the start at first Jan. So here how we created. So we use a time time date time dot now, which replaced through day one, month one, and year should be current year. So we did not need any year. We did not need to replace any year. So we just replace day and month. So how it was? Let's check it out. If you go for Python, if you import date time now, date time dot datetime dot how. If we create only now, then you can see, well, I put a comma here. Or- So you can see is the current time, current year, current month, current day, current time, current hour, current minute, and current second. We created all these parameters from datetime dot now. Now we replace it through day one, month one, hour zero, and minute zero. So how we replace this? Let's replace let's replace month. So we create a replace method here where month, let's take Feb month. Now if you check their month change, so now the time other parameters are same, only month value is changed. You can see the now is the current month or current month and current year, but we when we replace with month 2 means it's February, so it becomes Feb 2020 and all parameters are same. So here we're doing same. So start date we get the first month and first day of the current year. So how we get the start date, and end date we get by date time dot now, as we already see. So total days, how we calculate how many total days. So end date minus start date. So each parameter, if you pass higher date and pass subtract to the lower date, it will return the total number of days. So total days, if you calculate like this, let let I calculate from this February. So I assign it to a Feb month. Now I can see in Feb month, I got the February value, right? So let's subtract it from now. As you can see, if it's the starting time, it's the smaller one is the larger one, because now is the bigger one from the previous one. So it's showing as negative. So we have to take it as reverse. So we take as Feb month. We are subtracting current date from last date, means Feb month date. Now we can say there is 304 days and 37 hours and this much seconds, right? So by this we need only the day part, right? So here we calculate the day, total days we have, and now we created a row as one, column as zero, sleep percent as zero. So we created a simple means we have to start from first row and zeroth column. So in Excel you can see we have to start from here. So here index value is first row and zero column is the first row, and one column is the first row, two column. So how we created this in Excel? So now as you can see that we created two for loops here. One is for total calculation of days. In if you attend my previous seminars, you also know what is the range function of range. So let's discuss a small one here. Sorry. So what range refers? Let's check it out. The assign to range, we make a list. Let's range to 10. So what will create? It will create from 0 to up to 10. So if you uh, print date, then you can see it's start from 0 and ends to n 9. So range parameter whatever we pass here is started from 0. If you pass two argument, it passes from there only. If you pass from 2 to 10, it will start from 2, and the new value is started from 2 to 9. So as you can see, the range we can get by this. And the loop by the getting days means we getting the each parameter of the list. So days is the each parameter of the list. Now what are we getting here? The first one is uh, it is start from 0 to the total days plus 1 means if we have we calculated the total days, how many days we have crossed till now, and it will plus 1 means it's exclude the last value, because we have to exclude the last value that's why I create plus 1 here. So the start date time is start date plus number of days means how many days already passed. Means start date time is start date is our first Jan and first Jan at 12 o'clock plus time delta plus 1 means it will create the second Jan. It just jump one day after, so it create date time becomes second Jan, and we proceed ahead like this. So it started from 0, so first value is 0. So we days equal to 0 means we need not to jump any date. We have to remain same in the start date. So it start. So here suppose there is 395 days. Okay, so here we about 395 days, 395, and the loop is started from 0, 1, 2 up to 395. So how we aggregate the loop up to this much loop is running 0 to 395 times the loop is running. So first element is 0, so when here comes 0, so it will remain the start date. When it comes 1, it remain the plus 1 means the next day. When it comes 2, is remain with start date plus 2 days means third day of the Jan. In by this we adding just with start date and the number of days we are here calculating by the days we getting from the loop. So choose random hour. So as a requirement is also give us that we have to choose a day nap time between 12 to 6, which is only for 3 hours. So within 12 to 6 there is we have to create if we go for 6, then we have to last time duration is must be 3, because when he sleep at 3 o'clock, then he can wake up at 6 o'clock. So by this we can start start our time from 12 and end at 15 means 15 means 3 o'clock, and 15 means as you can see is 24 hours format, but in 15 is 3 o'clock. Here we taken 16 because 16 is excluding that. So here it will create the random in between 12 to 15. So it will create any random, it will pick any random in between 12 to 15. So how we choose the random hour, as you can see, this is the format how we choose in the random hour. Let me show how random works. Import random here. So if I say random sort random 12, sorry, we have to pass two parameters here. So it will create a random from 2 to 12. It is not always same. It will always vary. As you can see, first one is 12, second one is 2. It will create any random number. It will can create any random number. So by the random function, it will create any. We have not stick with a single number. It will create any random number. So how we calculated 3 hours from this random hour, later we will discuss in this loop. So what's the second loop we represent here? The second loop, as you can see, the hour. So in each day there are 24 hours, we know, right? So it started from 0. So it's always started from 0, 1, and later on it goes up to 23, because 24 is become 0 for next day, right? So we have to exclude 24 here, because the range function is excluded the last element. It start from 0 and up to go to 23. So it go up to 23, as you can see. So hour is getting the each hour means first I get 0, then I get 1, then I get 2. Like this hour we get each hour of the day. So how we get the present date and time? So we replace the date time what we have calculated here, means what we get the date time from adding the days from the start date, and we have replaced the hour in that date field. So what we are doing there, if I'm doing date time dot date time dot now, and if I put replace hour equal to, suppose I replace with 7. So you can see now it's hour become 7, date become 25th, a month become 12, and year become 2020. All remain same. The hour is now 10, but it replaced with 7. So here we are doing same. The replace function replace the hour, means it first will take 0, then will take 1, then will take 2. All all loops are running. It will replace the hour field here. So how we get the hour? So present date, what we have calculated here dot. If we click dot hour, it will give us the hour. If you click dot minute, it will give us the minute. So why we calculated hour and minute, right? So it's a question also. So let's try, if we put dot hour now dot year, it will give us the year in this element. You can see clearly. So you can see this is the year. If you pass a month, it will give us the month. It's the 12 month. If you pass the day, it will give us the day of the present date, means is now day. If you pass hour, it will create it will create a present hour which is currently going on. If you create minute, it will create the present minute, means it's 20, 10:27. It will give us 27. So how we why we taken hour and minute? So as you can see, we are getting hour and minute here, right? We have to get every each an hour and minute here also. So what we are doing here, we get the hour, we get the minute, means minute is always 0 here. As you can see that when we replace with already replaced with the start date with 0 and 0 minute. So minute hour is always 0, minute is always 0, as we are changing the hour only, but minute is always remain 0. So by this we can get the hour, by this we can get the minute. Then when what the function is doing here, what is this and what is this? So as I can say that we are just creating the time here. So the time we are creating this, we are seeing this, it's the creation of time. So what is percentage is we can simply make hour plus minute. Let me explain this. If hour equal to 12 and minute equal to 0, if you make hour plus minute, the result is 0 because both are integer fields and we don't need integer fields. We no need to summation. If we make minute as 2 3, if we make summation, then you can say each hour is already added with minute. So we have to make them string, then we have to make add them. So if I put hour as 12 in double quote, I make hour as a 12, and if I put minute within double quote, it takes a string, right? And if I sum, then you can see 12 3. Let's sum with another parameter. Let's sum with a space in between them. So here I'm creating a space. Hour is 12 space. Let's put a colon to get the hour. Let's put a space, and here is minute, right? So if we run this, it must be 12 column 3. But wait, this is 3, right? If hour become if it's 9, only 9, and we creating this, then 9 become 3. It's like seems all right. It's 9 and 3. So here percentage 2d is referred to two two elements of the hour. So how created two element? Let's check here. If we percent our, suppose we calculate in the 5, it will create 05 with string, already string. So the function of percentage 0 to the, to make the this single number to the double and make it a string. So we make this a string for hour, make this a string for minute, and in between we place a column, right? So we have to break the loop when present time is greater than date time dot now. So we said that if the present time what we are calculating this is replaced, means when it will replace with 12 December at 11 o'clock, when it's greater than of present time, then the loop is break. Then we need not to uh, go further ahead. So we have to break here. So how we calculated the sleeping hours? So we are starting from 10 o'clock, right? From 10 o'clock, the sleeping, we created a random percent from 10 to 50. At 11, we create a random to 20 to 60. It will create any random number from there. So by this, up to 6, we have created random numbers. Else the sleep percent will 0. Other time it becomes 0. So how we choose the 3 hours, right? So we have chosen a number between before starting the loop. Before starting the loop, we have chosen a random hour for in between 12 to 6, right? So in between 12 to 6, it will create a random hour which when hour equal to this random hour, it will create 10 to 50 that random sleep percentage. When it will plus 1 means random hour, if it's created 12 o'clock, plus 1 means 1. If hour equal to 1, then it will create second one. If hour equal to 2 means 12 plus 2, then it will create 14. Then it will create a random in between 10 to 50. So this is the random creation of percentage of sleeping. So by this we write the row and column. We have already initialized a row. As you can see, the row is 1, column is 0. So in first one we have to first, and column is 0 already is, or column is 0 already is there. So first we have to put the date. As you can see in the first we had already created a date. So it is the creation of date. Second, we have to column plus one, means column plus one we go here and set the time we have created here by placing the column in between hour and minute. And third one is sleep percent, which we have calculated the random hour from matching the query, right? So by this we creating all these parameters, and it will create all the data within fraction of second. As you can see, if is no if it let delete this Excel and run this again, you can see that how much time it takes to create this much data. You can see it's fraction of second already created, means already we have created the Excel, the same thing. So it is by how efficiently work you can see here. So now we jump to the next task. So how we created Excel file, as you hope you understand all how we created within hour and within all days. It is for all days. It is for one day to 24 hours. There are two loops inside one loop. There is two loops parallel to each other. So here our first task is done. We have created a Excel. Now we are going to practical tool. So input the whatever we created the source file. We have to create a dynamically same as CSV file, because CSV file is needed for our analysis purpose. So where record start from the same the practical one which I have created, which is going to be input source for our second one, means analytics one. So what is some a user want a software? So first, credentials ask user to choose a specific month. So there is a number of dates, right? We have 395 something days, 365 something days in a year. So we have to choose a month, specific month, and within that month we have to choose the specific date. Then after choosing the date, show him a bar chart and graph using analysis her sleeping quality. So how quality, what he, how much percentage he has sleep. So how we created this? So let's run this one first, then we will explain. Sorry, this is the Excel creator. This is the main function. So let's run main function. So we have to, first of all, we have to create a CSV file. So there is, as you can see, there is no CSV file in this format. So we have to first create a CSV file, then we can run the program. So we already have the CSV file. The same logic is here written, but CSV file is the write function is quite different. We have to pass within two list. So list of list is created a CSV function. So after this CSV function, we write this by here, and the CSV name will be this, and with a write functionality. If we create CSV, then run CSV creator, you can see a CSV file created successfully. Now you can see a CSV is created also. So if you can see, this is a CSV file, but this is a Excel file. So difference is that the row number must be same. As you can see 8628, it must be 8628. But the values you can see the differ, because we are creating random in each case. Here 6 is 27, here 6 is 37, here 5 is 35, here is 39. So it is value are changed, but logic is same. That's why the row number will always same. So we created a CSV file. Now we can run the script of main function. So let's run our software, how it works. As you can see that it asking us a specific month, which month we want for analytics or sleep report. So let's choose May. Press submit. Now it will ask, as you can see, the ask is first to 30 of May month only. It's not include any other month. So let's put a date 2020 05 and 22. So we are choosing 22 of May 2020. So let's press submit. As you can see, we already created a sleep quality and how the sleep. As you can see, it is you can understand well this what is going on in this. So let's zoom this for proper vision. So you can see at midnight 0 o'clock, the sleep percent is this much. So let's check it out with our Excel. So what's our input? Let's check. So input date is given 2025 to 12. So let's find this. So here we are getting up to 25th, 22nd of the May. So up to this is 22nd. Now we are dealing with this only. So as you can see, it's 20 at 23 it's 37%. Let me check at 23 hour what the percent. As you can see, it's 23 and the percent should lies in 37. You can see it's the greater than in between greater than middle of the middle is 30 and it's greater 37. So second one is 20 at 20 22. Oh sorry, we are checking about CSV file. We are creating here only. We are uh, we are creating this, not that. We're comparing with this file. So first one is 23 which is 35, second one is 22 which is 39. As you can see is 22 is 39 below 40, and the 16 14 15 16 is 15 24 29, and you can see 14 15 16 is 14 15 24 and 29. As you can see 15 is 24 is 29. So the accuracy is almost 100% is same how what is created in CSV file. So if you want to check up to 6 o'clock, from midnight to up to morning 6 o'clock, you can also check from midnight is 34% is 34%, and it's 41% 41%, and 57% is 57%, and it's 98%, and you can see it's 98% at 3 o'clock. At 4 it's 64 and it's the 64, and it's 5 it's 40, and as you can see it's 40, and now at 6 it's 19. So at 6 it's 19. So all other functions are remain 0. You can see at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it already are 0. So it's how bar chart created. Now let's check how our it's the same. It's the same as a graph also. So we can create the same as with putting a plot diagram here. Who has attended my previous seminar, he also knows how we are creating these graphs. So let's discuss how we create the only the input function, the which asking us the month and date. Other are we already discussed how we create graphs and how we create the bar charts. Okay, so as you say, a calendar function I have imported. Why I imported a calendar function, I will tell it later on. Matplot is already I told that what is the use. These are the use we are accessing another file. That time we imported to handle the date time. Now we read the CSV file, which is sleep monitor within the date. Now we can create a series from date time and set means here we remove the duplicate parts, and the total days we have, as you can say, here already given. When we running the total days, we have 360 days. Month given which chosen is May, and date chosen by user is 22. We already print these three, right? So the total days we have calculate the length and make them string and add them. And month list, we create a month list from first to current month, because we created to up to current month. We know did not to show him up to December always. If the software is running at May month, it always shows from Jan to May, not to December. So it will show to only current month of using the software. So here we to range function we created a month list. So how we created there, already we know that month list is started from by here we create from first to 12, means first to current month, means current month is 12. So first to 12 we have created all the month in numeric value, means in 1 2 3 4 5 like this, 1 for Jan, 2 for Feb, as you know. So we need not need we cannot show this to user. We have to show Jan Feb in month wise. So here calendar month name is help us to create this. So if we say import calendar, and if you say calendar dot month name and pass the value what we want to, suppose we want to Feb, then it will send us the it will return us February month. If you pass the integer value of the month, if you pass 7 means it's the July month, you can say it's July. If you pass 12, it's say December. If you pass 10, it will say October, like this. So like this we created the string value which is showing to a user. In this month list we have created the string value. Now input match, as I already show you input given, how we show the input to the user. Then we select if input what we have chosen not in the month list, then we are printing please enter a valid month. Then we printed the month given. Here we print, as you can say, month given is May. What we have input is chosen. Now after this we created a month. Here we created again we handling with the numeric value. We have to calculate this numeric value, because if we choose 5 we have to we if we choose May we have to remain this in 05 means 5. So we have to choose the numeric value, so it's help us to get the numeric value. Then we calculated from first day to end day, when we started and when we ended. After that it asks, in this function it will ask the date. So in this line it will create the from first day to the date chosen, the first day of the month to the end day of the month. So this in this file you can say we created the date formats. Then we pass the date list here to the input given what we want to input. Now what the date is given as input, if it's not in valid date list, means if it's not in the date list, Then we'll return no, you have chosen an incorrect date. Then date given we have printed here. We have printed here date given, and as you know how we create a bar graph by this and how we create plot graph already I have discussed. So here I'm ending up my session. So any question on this?
Thank you, Mr. Anil, for the information. That was really good. Any participants having any doubt regarding this? Any doubts, any issues from anyone? Okay. Okay, Mr. Anil, thank you for the presentation. It was really nice. And all participants are requested to join again at 11 a.m. for the next hands-on session.